Hey guys, I'm back. This is going to be a re-record because I missed out a portion and yeah, there were just a few issues. So some of the code's already in here because, as I said, it's a re-record. Now, basically, what we've added now is sliders and booleans. Now, this can be useful because say you add a driver to this and you go into your graph editor, drivers, strict view, and then you just add a driver which is what is it? No, it's not scripted expression. It's just average value, single property, and the property is and I'll just go cube, path, and we should be good. No, it's not cube, it's armature. Ugh, there we go. Now the use of this would be that you can create a Boolean variable, for example, to hide some or other object. Sorry I didn't go through and explain that entire process, but yeah. You should pretty much know it all anyway. Add a driver, reference the custom property. Because again, these here, they aren't variables, they're shortcuts. So basically you're just creating a shortcut that is referencing custom properties on this bone. So this is referencing the slider custom property and the Boolean is referencing the Boolean custom property. To get these to work, all you need to do is column.property, which is basically going to say, hey, we're going for a property. And then pose bones, which basically means this works in pose mode. It basically just means that we're going to reference a particular bone. And you can't do that with edit mode. Then you're just going to give the bone name, which, well, I haven't renamed the bone, so it's just bone. And then the custom properties on the bone that you're referencing. So the properties we're referencing here are slider and Boolean. And then we're going to give them names. So maybe we might put S's on the end of these. Slider and Boolean shortcut. And then update it. Boom, we've got our S's there. Now, how I made them slider and Boolean, because basically this just looks, well, slider. There's no slider or Boolean defines in there. What you basically do is you edit and see here how the value for Boolean is 0 with no decimal places. But in here, it's 0 with, well, a ton of decimal places, which if we set it back to 0, then it's 1 decimal place. That basically just means that this is a non-Boolean property and that one is a Boolean. So therefore you can't do decimal places within this property. Yeah. Now the other bit of code that I showed in the last bit but didn't really explain was the @class method, which I'll paste it in and begin explaining it. Now, what @class method means is you're just defining a method for this class. So this class will only run if the following method is true. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and return, which I don't get the whole try return stuff within Blender, but anyway, I think it's pretty much just like an if clause. So context.activeObject So we're checking if the active object .data.get rig name armature Steven. And that basically means we're checking for a custom property on this main area of our armature. And this property needs to equal rig underscore name, and the variable value needs to be armature underscore, well, whatever we're doing. So in this case I'm going to change it to tutorial because it's shorter. And then just save it and make sure they match. And then when you run the script, as you'll see, our custom menu will now only display when we're on some or other part of the active object. If you're in object mode, it still works. But yeah, that is that. Don't really understand this bit either, so, well, if any of you guys understand this and want to help me out in the comments, then yeah, feel free, and I will explain it next time I do a tutorial. So that's pretty much that, and I don't think there's anything else I need to cover, but yeah, just have fun with it and hope you guys enjoyed.